Hello students, today we are going to solve RRB ALP CBT paper, which is Railway Recruitment Board Assistant Loco Pilot Exam paper. So we'll write Railway Recruitment Board Assistant Locomotive Pilot Exam. Right? 14th August 2018 paper, Shift 1 paper. A very best of luck to you all before we start. If you want to practice all the questions from this paper, and if you want to practice many more entrance exam question papers also, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Let's begin with question number 1. So here question 1 is, who took charge as the new Comptroller and Auditor General of India in 2017? So in 2017, option A, Rajiv Meshi took the charge as the new Comptroller and Auditor General, CAG of India in 2017, right? So option A is the right answer. Whereas the remaining options are Vivek Goenka, Ranjit Kumar, Anchal Kumar Jyoti. So Vivek Goenka was the managing director of India Express Limited. So was MD of India Express Limited. India Express Limited. Whereas Ranjit Kumar, senior advocate in Supreme Court. So is a senior advocate. Advocate in Supreme Court. Supreme Court. Whereas Anchal Kumar Jyoti, so 21st Chief Election Commissioner of India, right? So he was a 21st Chief Election Commissioner of India. So from 6th July 2017 to 23rd January 2018. Right? So for the given question, option A is the right answer. Question number 2. Biogas is produced from the biomass by dash. So what is biogas now? So it is produced from raw organic materials. So biogas is produced from raw organic materials. Right? Such as agricultural waste, plant materials, sewage, manure, and food waste, right? So for example, food waste, manure, then plant materials, agricultural materials, or agricultural waste particularly, right? Agricultural waste, sewage, etc. Right? So from the raw organic materials, biogas is produced. So produced by anaerobic fermentation. Biogas is produced by fermentation of raw materials like food waste, manure, plant materials, sewage, etc. So by anaerobic fermentation means in the absence of air. Anaerobic means, so in absence of air, fermentation takes place, right? In absence of air. Therefore, option B is the right answer. So whereas the remaining options, destructive distillation. What is destructive distillation? So it is separation of solid components from a mixture, right? So by heating in the absence of air. So separation of, I'll consider option A. It's a separation of solid components. Solid components from a mixture. By heating. By the process of heating. So separation of solid components takes place, right? in the absence of air. This is also in the absence of air. Absence of air. Right? Whereas option C is fractional distillation. Fractional distillation, it's a process of separation of liquid mixtures. Right? So separation of liquids, right? Liquid mixtures, liquids in the liquid mixtures based on their boiling point, right? So based on the difference in their boiling points. Difference in their boiling points. Right? So whereas option D is dry distillation. So dry distillation is the process of heating of solid materials to produce gaseous, right? So heating solid materials to produce gaseous material, gaseous product, right? For example, wood, right? So it's the process of heating solid materials, right? So oil shale, coal, right? These are the examples. Whereas example for fractional distillation, so separation of liquid mixtures, right? So for a fractional distillation, so example is kerosene oil and separation of natural gas, right? So example for destructive distillation is you can take the example of coal tar, right? Coal tar. So for the given question, option B is the right answer. A lemon kept in water in a glass tumbler appears to be bigger than its actual size when viewed from the sides. What is the reason behind this phenomenon? So here, students, a lemon is kept in a glass tumbler. So we'll consider a lemon kept in a glass tumbler, right? It appears to be bigger in size when viewed from outside. Right. So the reason is refraction of light, right? Option C, because we all know that when light travels from one medium to another medium, for example, light is traveling from glass medium to air medium, right? So here glass is a denser medium, air is a rarer medium, right? When light travels from one medium to another medium, it changes its path, it changes its direction, right? So this phenomenon is called refraction of light. So bending of light, when light travels from one medium to another medium, is called refraction of light. Refraction of light. It is nothing but bending of light. Bending of light, right? So if light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, so the light travels away from the normal. So if you draw a perpendicular to the surface like this is called a normal. This is called normal, right? So in this case, so light is traveling from denser, which is glass medium, to air medium. So from denser to rarer medium, when light travels, it moves away from the normal, right? So that means angle of incidence. You have already studied about angle of incidence. Angle between incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence, and angle between refracted ray and the normal is called angle of refraction, right? When light travels from denser to rarer medium, angle of refraction is greater than angle of incidence, right? And also in the given case, so here lemon is kept inside the tumbler, right? And so the surface of the tumbler, so which is like a convex lens, which is bulged, right? So like a convex lens, right? So therefore you will get it acts as a magnifying glass, right? It acts as a magnifying glass. That means the material or any object inside it, it looks like bigger in size, right? So object looks bigger in size, bigger in size. Therefore, lemon which is kept inside it, so it looks bigger, right? Bigger in size. The main scientific reason is, so light is traveling from denser to rarer medium, right? Denser medium is glass tumbler, rarer medium is air, right? From which we are viewing, right? Viewing the object. So the light travels away from the normal, or the light ray travels away from the normal, right? So therefore, angle of refraction is greater here. R is greater than I, right? Angle of refraction is greater than angle of incidence. Therefore, lemon looks bigger in size, right? Bigger than its actual size. So it is due to refraction of light. Option C is the right answer. Question number 4. After 10 innings, the average score per innings of a batsman was 52. After 12 innings, the average rose to 54. If the batsman had scored 16 more runs in the 12th innings than in the previous one, how many runs did he score in the 11th innings? Right? So here we need to find number of runs scored by him in the 11th innings, right? So the total scored, right, by him. So we'll consider the innings, 10th innings, 11 innings, and 12 innings, right? Here we need to find runs scored by him in the 11 innings, right? So in 11 innings. So let it be X, right? So let total run scored by him be X in 11 innings, right? So it is given that after 10 innings, the average score per innings of a batsman was 52 after 10 innings. So the average score is given, right? So average score is 52. So average is nothing but total scores divided by number of innings, right? Therefore, so it is equal to total score by number of innings. Number of innings, right? Therefore, total score in 10 innings. Total score in 10 innings will be average into number of innings, right? So average is 52 into 10 innings. In 10 innings, he scored 520 runs, right? So here we need to find number of runs scored by him in 11 innings. Let it be X, right? If he scores X number of runs in 11 innings, then he scores X plus 16 runs in 12 innings, right? So that means if the batsman had scored 16 more runs in the 12th innings than in the previous one, therefore, so total run will be in the 12 innings, total run becomes X plus 16, right? So in each innings, 10th innings, 11th innings, and 12th innings, he scored these many runs, right? And it is also given that after 12 innings, the average rose to 54, right? So we'll take the average score is 54. Therefore, total score, right? Total score in 12 innings, right? Totally in 12 innings, he can score average into number of innings. So which is 54 into 12. So based on the same formula, right? So 54 into 12 gives you 12 into 448, 12 into 60 plus 4, 648. Totally he scored 648, right? So together in 3 innings, 10th innings, 11th inning and 12th inning, right? Therefore, right? So score in 10th plus 11th plus 12th innings, right? Sum of the scores is equal to 648, right? So in the 10th innings, he scored 520. 520, total runs are 520. And according to our assumption, let the runs scored by him in the 11th inning be X, right? Plus X plus, so 16 more runs he scored in 12th inning. Therefore, X plus 16 runs, right? So together it becomes 648, right? So finally we need value of X here, total runs scored by him in the 11th innings, right? Therefore, simplify it. So 2x is equal to 648 minus 520 minus 16. So which is 648 minus 536. So which is equal to 112 is 2x. Therefore value of x is 112 by 2, which is 5. 2 into 5 is 10, 2 into 6. So 56, right? So number of runs scored by him in the 11th inning is 56. Option B is the right answer. Question number 5. Prostate gland is present below. Options are the kidneys, the scrotum, the urinary bladder, and the penis. So here prostate gland is present below the urinary bladder. Option C is the right answer. So this gland in male helps to control urination from the bladder, right? So it helps to control urination from the bladder in males right? So this prostate gland connected to the testicles at the end and the penis on the other hand, right? So here this gland, it's a gland connected to the testicles at one end and the penis on the other end. Right? So here for the given question, option C is the right answer. Question number 6. In the below series, how many numbers are completely divisible by the number on the right? So the numbers which are divisible by the number to its right, right? So here 6 is a number. So in the given series which I am showing, 6 is a number divisible by 3. 6 and 3 are adjacent numbers here. So 6 is divisible by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2, right? So we have one more number which is 8 here, right? So 8 and its number to its right is again 8. So 8 is divisible by 8, right? And the next number 8 is also divisible by its right, the number to its right, right? 8 and 8. Therefore, we can take this 8 also, right? Right? Therefore, so we have got 3 numbers. 1 minute. Yes. 8, 8 and 6, right? So 8 and 8, where 8 is divisible by 8, right? So next we can take 6, right? So its adjacent number to the right is 6, right? 6 is divisible by 6, right? So next we can take 8, right? This 8 and its adjacent number to the right is 8. So the number is divisible by 8, right? So we can find 5 such numbers, right? 5 such numbers, 6, 8, 8, 6, 8. 5 such numbers, so which are divisible by the numbers on their right, right? Therefore, option A, 5 numbers, right? So how many numbers are completely divisible by number on right? 5 numbers are completely divisible by number on right. Question number 7. Plasma is formed in the stars because of very dash. So here students, so plasma is considered as fourth state of matter, right? So it's a fourth state of matter. So solids, liquids and gases. So these are 3 states of matter, right? So fourth state of matter is a plasma. So inside the stars, the temperature is very high, right? That the atoms break up. So inside the stars, if you consider any star, so the temperature is very high, right? High temperature. so that the atoms, right? So inside the stars, they break up, right? So some of the electrons break away from the atoms. So if you consider one atom from a star, right? This is a star, one atom from a star, right? So some of the electrons of this atom, electrons from this atom, right? So they break away from the atoms, right? And these electrons, right, they convert rest of the atoms into electrically charged particles. So we'll consider one more atom from the same star, right? So these electrons, when they approach another atom, right, when they go to their outermost shell, they convert these atoms into electrically charged particles. These atoms become electrically charged particles, right? So which are called ions. Electrically charged particles are ions, right? So in this way, so many electrons, they convert many atoms, right, into ions, right? Atoms into ions. So this mixture of free electrons and ions in a star, right? So free ions and mixture of free electrons, right? So these electrons will be roaming and they convert many atoms into electrically charged particles. So mixture of ions and mixture of ions and free electrons in a star is called plasma. Star is called plasma, right? So this plasma state is very similar to gaseous state of matter, right? So which is similar to gaseous state of matter, similar to gas, right? Gaseous state of matter. So except the fact that, so in case of gaseous state of matter, so the particles are neutral, right? They are not charged. So the particles are neutral in gaseous state, right? Whereas, so the particles are well organized in plasma state, right? So in plasma, so if you consider plasma state, so particles are organized like solids and liquids, right? So here this plasma state is often considered as the fourth state of matter. So when you come to the given question, plasma is formed in the stars because of very high temperature, right? So due to the increase in temperature, some electrons from some atoms, right, they go to other atoms and they convert these atoms into electrically charged, right? So this mixture of ions, electrically charged means they convert these atoms into ions. So mixture of ions and free electrons in a star is called plasma, right? Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question number 8. The HCF of 20, 28 and 48 is, HCF means highest common factor. Highest common factor, right? So for that, we need to consider factors of the given three numbers, right? We'll find the factors. Then the factors which are common, we need to find, right? And so which is the highest common factor, right, of the given three numbers, right? So let us find the factors first, right? Then common factors, right? So in those common factors, we have to find the highest common factor, right? So consider number 20. Its factors are, so you can directly write the factors. Otherwise, you can go to the division method to find that. Since 20 is an even number, so directly we'll start with the 2. 2 into 10 is 20 and 2 into 5 is 10 and 5 into 1. Therefore, 20 can be written as 2 into 2 into 5. So 2, 2 and 5 are the factors of 20, right? So when it comes to the second number 28, so 2 into 14 is 28, 2 into 7 and 7 into 1, right? Therefore 28 can be written as 2 into 2 into 7, right? So next take 48. So 2 into 24, 2 into 12, 2 into 6. Next comes 2 into 3 and 3 into 1, right? Therefore, 48 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, right? So, we have found the factors of the given three numbers. So, what are the common factors? So, common factors are, so in all the three factors, three numbers, we have 2 into 2 as common, right? 2 into 2, 2 into 2, 2 into 2, right? Therefore, so common factors are so 2, 1, 2, right? So 2 from 20, 2 from 28, 2 from 48, and another 2 from 20, another 2 from 28, another 2 from 48, right? So 2 and 2 are common factors. Therefore, highest common factor is, so the product of common factors, right? Obviously, 2 into 2, which is 4. Right? So when you combine these two, 2 into 2, 2 into 2, and 2 into 2, you will get 4, right? So which is highest common factor, right? Therefore, option D is the HCF of given three numbers, right? So in this way, we have to find the HCF of given numbers. So though it is easy, right? Since the given numbers are very small numbers, so I have just explained the method to find highest common factors here, right? So that, when the bigger numbers are given, you can easily find HCF, right? So option D is the right answer. Question number 9. Energy possessed by an object by its position or configuration is called. So, energy possessed by a body by the virtue of its position, right? Or by the virtue of its uniform motion is called potential energy. So, because of its position, if the object, right, so object has some energy, then such energy is called potential energy, right? So for example, water stored in an overhead tank, right? So you have already studied this, water stored in an overhead tank, right? So because of the position of overhead tank, its position is high, right? So it is certain height from the ground level, right? When water is stored in the overhead tank, so this water can displace an object from one position to another position when the water is released, right? Just imagine the water is released from the overhead tank, right? So it can run the turbines, right? It can run the turbines. It can displace some object from one position to another position, right? So it can do many more work, right? So because of its position, due to its position, right? Due to the position of the object, or it may be water, right? So it has got some energy. Such energy is called potential energy, right? Therefore, option A is the right answer, right? When it comes to the remaining options, so kinetic energy, so due to the motion of an object, the energy got by it is called kinetic energy, right? So due to motion, energy possessed by a body due to its motion is called kinetic energy, right? So any moving object possesses kinetic energy, right? For example, a car traveling down the road and an insect flying, right? Any moving object, right? So has got kinetic energy, right? So that means, so it is able to do some work, right? So next is electrical energy. So it refers to energy that resulting from the flow of electric charge, right? So energy possessed by a body due to flow of electric charge, electric charge. So due to the flow of electric charge, many works can be done, right? All the electrical appliances, they work under the same principle, right? Work under the same energy because of same energy, that is electrical energy, right? So whereas nuclear energy, so nuclear energy is, so it is derived from the nucleus of an atom, right? This energy is derived from nucleus of an atom, which contains neutrons and protons, right? So examples are, so nuclear power plants and nuclear bomb, right? So it is derived from energy derived from nucleus of an atom. of an atom. So nucleus means it contains protons and neutrons, right? Therefore, for the given question, option A is the correct answer. Question number 10, consider the given argument and decide which of the given assumptions is or are implicit. So here is an argument. During an election, the opposition party said, look at the price rise in the last 5 years. So here assumptions are, this time give a chance to our party for power. And the second assumption is, price will still rise if you choose the same party to be in power, right? So consider the first assumption, right? So here the argument is about the opposition criticizing the government about increased prices, right? So in assumption 1, pointing the failure of current government, right? Opposition asking people for votes, right? So they are opposition people, they are asking people for votes, right, for their party, right? So in upcoming elections, and give their party a chance to come into power, right? So assumption 1 is implicit, right? Because they're asking, indirectly they are asking votes, right, for their party, right? Right? Therefore, so assumption 1 is implicit. So we'll consider assumption 2, right? In this, the opposition party is trying to tell the disadvantages of choosing the party in the current government over them. So prices will still rise if you choose the same party to be in power. So that means they are trying to tell the disadvantages of current party, current government, right? So assumption 2 is also implicit. This is also implicit, right? Because they are trying to tell the disadvantages of current government. Therefore, so both assumptions are implicit. So option C, both 1 and 2 are implicit. Students, if you want to practice such questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question number 11. 1st January 2018 was a Monday. Which of the following years will also start on a Monday? Right? So for that, so we'll consider number of days in each year, right? So from 2018. So in 2018, so since it is not a leap year, right? So because 18 is not divisible by 4. So how to find the leap year? If the last 2 digits in the given year are divisible by 4, then that year is a leap year, right? So number of days in 2018 are only 365 days, right? So the odd days are, what are odd days? So how many odd days are in 2018? That means if January 1st, for example, I'll consider 1st January to 7th January. This completes 1 week, right? And 8th January to 14th January completes 2 weeks, right? So like that, so in a year, so how many days are there? 365 days, right? So 357th day too, right? So that day will be, so December 24th to 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. December 30th. Right? So December 24th to December 30th will be the last week. And so 31st of December, 31st December will be the odd day. Right? So in a year, in a 360, which is not a leap year, right? So in 365 days, there will be 1 odd day. Right? So at the end of the year, right? Since it is not a leap year, right? So we'll consider next year, which is 2019, there will be 365 days. And again, there is an odd day, right? Why are we considering odd days here? because when the 30th of December completes the last week, this 31st December will be, if the year starts with Monday, right, as given in the question, so last day of the year also will be Monday. Therefore, so 1st January of the next year, 2019, cannot be Monday. Instead, it is a Tuesday, right? Therefore, we have to consider 7 odd days, right, continuously, right? So by adding all these 7 odd days, there completes 1 week, right? So we'll consider that. So in 2020, so there are 366 days, since 2020 is a leap year, right? So odd days are 2, right? And 2021, so again there will be 365 days, number of odd days are 1, right? And 2022, it is not a leap year, so 365 days, number of odd days are, there is only 1 odd day. And 2023, so 365 days, number of odd days are 1, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So 2018 to 2023, so totally there are 7 odd days. 7 odd days, right? So last day of 2023 will be Sunday. This last day will be Sunday, right? So by adding these extra days, so for example, in 2018, 31st December will be Monday, right? Monday. And 2019, 31st December will be Tuesday. And 2020, 31st December will be, right? So there are 2 odd days, therefore it is Wednesday, Thursday, right, in 2020. And in 2021, 31st December will be, there is only 1 odd day, therefore it is Friday, right? Like that, if you continue, 2022, 31st December will be Saturday, and 2023, 31st December will be Sunday. Therefore, in 2024, if 31st December of 2023 is Sunday, so 1st January of 2024 is Monday, right? So that's what the question. So 1st Jan 2024 is Monday. So the question is, 1st Jan 2018 was a Monday. Which of the following years will also start on Monday? 2024 will start on Monday, right? Therefore, option D is the right answer. Question number 12. One of the roots of the equation x square minus 4x plus k is equal to 0 is x is equal to 3. The other root is, so here we have a quadratic equation, right? One of its root is x is equal to 3, right? So one of its root is x is equal to 3 means x minus 3 is equal to 0. Right? So when solving any quadratic equation, so we have to split the middle term, or you can go for formula, right? So here the equation here, x square minus 4x, right? So minus 4x can be written as x square minus 3x minus x, right? So that when we take the common in first 2 terms, x will be common and x minus 3 is the remaining term. Therefore, when we take the last 2 terms, right, take the last 2 terms, there the extra term will be x minus 3, right? Therefore, the last term should be plus 3, right? Value of k is plus 3, then only the equation will get satisfied, right? So here, if last term is plus 3, so if we take minus 1 as common in the last 2 terms, it becomes minus 1 into x minus 3 is 0. Hence, x minus 3 is equal to 0, or x minus 1 is equal to 0, right? Therefore, the roots are x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 1, right? Therefore, these are the roots, right? and the other root. So what is asked in the question? The other root is x is equal to 1 and the value of k is plus 3, right? K is plus 3. So then only it becomes a complete quadratic equation, and the root, one of the roots, it becomes x is equal to 3 and the other roots will be x is equal to 1, right? Hence option D is the right answer. So the only thing is you should know how to split the middle term. Once the quadratic equation is given, how to split the middle term you should know, right? So option D. Question number 13. Which component of the blood transports food, carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste? So here, plasma component of the blood, it transports food, carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste, right? So it performs the function of transportation of food, right? So it transfers dissolved substances such as nutrients and electrolytes, etc., right? So it transfers dissolved substances, dissolved substances such as electrolytes, nutrients, electrolytes, etc. It also carries blood components throughout the body, right? So carries blood components, throughout the body, throughout the body. Therefore, so plasma is the component of the blood which transports so food, carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste. Whereas the remaining options, WBCs, so white blood cells, so they protect the body against infection and disease. So they protect our body from infection and disease. Infection and disease. Whereas blood platelets, so they help to stop bleeding, right? Or they help to stop bleeding by clumping or and clotting blood, right? So platelets help to stop bleeding, right? By clumping and clotting blood vessels injuries, right? Whereas RBCs, red blood cells, so these cells, they take up oxygen from the lungs and circulates it around the body, right? Through the circulatory system, right? So for the given question, so option C is the right answer. Question 14. Which of the following causes damage to bridges, iron railings, and all objects made of metals? Right? So options are corrosion, rancidity, acidity, and reduction. So here, corrosion causes damage to bridges or the objects made of metals. So here, corrosion means it's a process where metals are attacked by moisture, acids, etc. Right? So where metals are attacked by moisture, acids, etc. Right? So it's a black coating. Corrosion, it's a black coating on metals, right? So that develops on articles made of silver or the green coating on copper articles, right, etc. So here option A is the right answer. So it causes damage to bridges because bridges are made of metals, right? Even iron railings. So any object which is made up of metals, right? Whereas the remaining options are rancidity. So nowhere it is connected to corrosion. So it is a spoilage of food, right? Where it becomes unsafe for consumption. Rancidity changes the food color, even flavor, even odor, right? So it occurs mostly for oils. Rancidity is, it's a spoilage of food. Spoilage of food, right? Whereas acidity, it is caused by excess production of acid, right? By the gastric glands of the stomach. So it is caused by excess production of acids, by the gastric glands of the stomach, whereas reduction means the addition of electrons, so which lead to a reduction in oxidation number of atom. So it is the addition of electrons which leads to a reduction in the oxidation of atom. So therefore the word reduction. So reduction in the oxidation number of the atom. Therefore, for the given question, option A is the right answer. Question number 15. A pipe working at full speed can fill an empty cistern in 1 hour. However, during the first hour, it worked at 1/12 of its capacity. During the second hour and in the third hour, fourth, fifth hour, right? So the portion of the tank filled is given, right? And the second pipe also can fill the tank, right? So the speed at which the second pipe fill the cistern is 2 hours, whereas the first pipe can fill the cistern in 1 hour, right? That means, so capacity of the second pipe is very less. So we'll take these points one by one. So this question is based on the concept of work, which is efficiency into time. So in this particular case, efficiency means 1 hour work, right? Capacity of the pipe is called efficiency. It's 1 hour work. Work per unit time is called efficiency, right? So it is given that 2 pipes can fill the tank, whereas the third pipe can empty the tank, drain the tank. This is the third pipe. Let it be C, whereas 2 pipes can fill the tank. A and B pipes can fill the tank, right? So A pipe individually takes 1 hour to fill the tank. So for pipe B, it takes 2 hours to fill the tank, right? So filling the tank is considered as the total work, right? Here, total work be W, right? And their efficiencies are, so work by time, right? So we'll consider their efficiencies one by one, right? So efficiency of A, or 1 hour work of A, right? So 1 hour work of A will be taken as work by time. Total work W, filling the tank is W, right? And it takes only 1 hour time to fill the tank. So its efficiency is equal to W. Whereas efficiency of B, 1 hour work of B is, it takes 2 hours of time. So its efficiency is W by 2, right? So let efficiency of third pipe, right? Drain pipe, efficiency of drain pipe, right? So which is C, B, Y, right? So what is asked in the question? How many hours will the drain pipe take to empty the filled cistern if no other pipe was functioning during the time? So imagine the cistern is full, right? So in order to empty the cistern, what is the time taken by pipe C? Time taken to empty the cistern. That's what's the question, right? So it is given as, so in order to complete the total work, right? During the first hour, right? Pipe A worked at 1/12 of its capacity. We'll consider the total work now, right? So total work, in order to complete the total work, right? So the total work will be done by A, for first 5 hours. After 5 hours, the some amount of work will be done by B for the next 5 hours. Or simultaneously both the pipes are opened. That means some amount of work will be done by A, some amount of work will be done by B, right? And at the same time, the drain pipe is opened, right? Therefore, so the emptying of the cistern takes place simultaneously. Therefore, so work by C. So with negative sign because it drains, right? So it empties the tank, therefore with negative sign, right? Therefore, we'll consider one by one. So first R, so it worked 1/12 of its capacity. 1/12 of its capacity means, so its capacity is W. So W by 12 amount of work will be done, right? So plus. So in the next R, 1/9 of its capacity. So W by 9, right? The 1/9 of the total work will be done. Whereas in the next third hour, 1/6 of its usual capacity. Its capacity is W. So 1/6 means W by 6. 1/6 of the total work will be done by A in the third hour. And in the fourth hour, so 1/4 of its usual capacity. So W by 4 amount of work will be done by it. And during the fifth hour, it was only 1/3. So W by 3rd of its capacity, right? 1/3 of its capacity means W by 3 amount of work will be done by it, right? So next, so, right? So now a second pipe also displayed the similar performance, right? But if it worked at full speed, would have filled the empty cistern in 2 hours, right? So that means its capacity is W by 2. Am I right? W by 2. Therefore, so it shows the similar performance. So that means, so efficiency. So it is W by, right? So here efficiency is W by 2. Therefore, work done by or work shown by the second pipe will be W by 2 into 12. The similar for performance, therefore 1/12 of the total work, right, divided by 2, right? Because of its less capacity, right? So plus W by 2 into 9, same performance, right? So and the in the third hour, it is W by 2 into 6. And in the fourth hour, it is W by 2 into 4. And in the fifth hour, it is W by 2 into 3. Right? And minus. Here, our assumption was, so efficiency of drain pipe is Y, right? So its efficiency into 5 gives work done by C in 5 hours, right? This much amount of work was done by drain pipe C, right? I'll repeat once again. Work done by A was this much, first part. Work done by B in 5 hours was that much. And minus work done by drain pipe C is 5 into Y, right? Now simplify. The total work is W here. So finally, we are going to find the time taken by C, right? So for that, we need efficiency of drain pipe, right? Which is Y. Therefore, yes, simplify it. So we'll consider W by 12 and W by 2 into 12, right? So here in which we can take W by 12 as common and the remaining part is 1 plus 1 by 2, which is 3 by 2. So we'll consider W by 9 and W by 9 into 2. So in which W by 9 is common and 3 by 2 is remaining. Plus W by 6 is common, 3 by 2 is remaining, right? In the third hours. And in the fourth hour, W by 4 is common. Again, 3 by 2 is remaining. Combining A's and B's work, right? W by 3 is common and remaining part is 3 by 2. Finally, we have 5y, right? So simplify it. So 3 into 4 is 12. So we have W by 8. Now 3 into 3 is 9. We have W by 6 now. And 3 into 2 is 6. So we have W by 4. And 3W by 8, right? And 3 will get cancelled. We have W by 2 in the fifth hour, right? Minus 5y is equal to W, right? Now, W by 8, 3W by 8 is 4W by 8, right? Right? So now in W by 6, W by 4 and W by 2, right? In these parts, we can take, so 12 as LCM. So numerators become 2W plus 3W plus 6W. And lastly, we have minus 5y. Therefore, so 4W by 8 is W by 2. And the next part is 5 plus 6, 11W by 12 minus 5y, right? Therefore, we need 5y here. 5y is equal to right? So here 12 is the LCM. So 6W plus 11W is 17W minus W, right? So again 12 is the LCM. So 17W minus 12W is remaining as 5Y. Therefore, Y is equal to 17 minus 12 is 5W by 12 into 5. 5 and 5 will get cancelled. So we have left with W by 12 as Y. So Y is efficiency of pipe C, drain pipe. It is efficiency is nothing but total work by time. Total work by time taken by it, right? So it is equal to efficiency. So therefore, total work is W, which is expressed as W, and divided by time is 12, right? Therefore, so pipe C, drain pipe takes 12 hours of time, right? Option B, right? To empty the cistern, it takes 12 hours of time when no pipe is working, right? Other than it. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question number 16. What day would it be on 15th March 2020? So to find that, we have to consider number of days from the first day of the millennium, right? So according to Gregorian calendar, which we are following now, so first day of a millennium, so that is 2001, Jan 1st, right? Starts from Monday, right? So if it is 1001 Jan 1st, so it starts with Monday, right? So according to the calculation, right? So here we'll find the number of days from 2001 Jan 1st to 15th March 2020. Right? So it's very easy. So we are considering 19 years together, right? So from 2001 to 2019, right? So we are considering 19 years, number of days in 19 years, right? So in these 19 years, we have 4 leap years, and the remaining 15 ordinary years, right? So in 4 leap years, so how many extra days we have in 365 days? So in an ordinary year, right? So in 365 days, you will have one odd day, right? One extra day. That means, so number of weeks, 56 weeks, I think, and 364 days completes number of weeks, right? And this 365th day will be odd day, right? So in an ordinary year, right? So in case of leap years, we have 2 extra days, right? Therefore, in 4 leap years, we have 4 into 2 extra days, totally 8 extra days, right? And in 15 ordinary years, we have 15 extra days, right? Together we have 15 extra days. Therefore, from 2001 to 2019, we have 8 plus 15, which is 23 extra days. Right? So these 23 extra days, they make, so we'll take 21 plus 2. That is, so 3 weeks and 2 extra days. So 23 extra days make 3 weeks, right? So 3 weeks and 2 extra days. Right? So we'll consider these 2 extra days later, right? So these 2 extra days are, so last extra day, December 30th and December 31st, December 31st of 2019. These 2 extra days, right? So let's begin with the 1st January 2020, right? So here, 1st January 2001, if it starts with Monday, right? So last 3 weeks, right? So they end with Sunday, right? So these two extra days are Monday and Tuesday, right? So we'll take these extra days later, right? So now consider in 2020, right? So up to March 15th, right? So what day is March 15th? They are asking. Up to March 15th, we are considering. So in January, we have 31 days, and in February, since 2020 is a leap year, in February we are considering 29, and in March we are considering 15 days, right? So total days are 31 plus 29 plus 15, right? So just to calculate the number of weeks, right? So 15, and we are considering these 2 extra days from the previous year, right? So 2 extra days from 2019, right? Therefore, so 31 plus 29 becomes 60 plus 15, 75 plus 2, 77 days. 77 days make, so 11 complete weeks, right? 11 complete weeks, right? So as we already know that the week it starts with Monday, because Jan 1st 2001 was Monday, so the week ends with Sunday, right? Therefore, so week starts with Monday and ends with Sunday. It ends with Sunday. Therefore, so there are 11 complete weeks. This 77th day is, so 15th of March, right? So the last day is 15th of March. Therefore, so 15th March is 77th day. So in order to avoid the confusion, so we'll take 2 extra days in the beginning only, right? So the last 15th day is, so 15th March, which is 77th day, which is Sunday, right? Therefore, so come back to the question. So what day would it be on 15th March 2020? So it would be Sunday. Option C is the right answer. Question number 17. In the following series, one letter is missing as shown by the question mark. Select the missing letter from the given option. So very simple. So here are 4 letters given. We need to find the 5th one, right? So here first letter is E, second letter is J, right? In between E and J, we have 4 letters, which are F, G, H, and I, right? So these are the 4 letters between E and J, right? So we'll consider the third letter O. So in between J and O, we have K, L, M, N. Again, 4 letters, right? Similarly, between O and T, we have 4 letters, P, Q, R, and S, right? So these are the 4 letters between O and T. Therefore, to get the next letter, there should be 4 letters between T and the next letter, right? So therefore, after T, U, V, W, and X, these are the 4 letters, and the 5th letter will be, so next to X is Y. Y is the 5th letter. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Question number 18. Who is the director of the film Purna, which depicts the story of Purna Malawat, the youngest girl to climb Mount Everest? So here, Rahul Bose is the director of the film Purna, right? So the story is about a girl, Purna, who belongs to Telugu-speaking tribal family in Pakal, right? So it belongs to girl belongs to Telugu-speaking tribal family in Pakala, right? So Nizamabad districts in Telangana, right? So here students, the girl climbed the peak of Mount Everest at the age of 13 years, right? So girl climbed, so at the age of 13 years, 11 months. 11 months. And she becomes the youngest girl in the world, right? So this film was, the film Purna was, so broadcast at the 2017 Palm Springs International Film Festival. So broadcast 2017 Palm Springs International Film Festival. Right? So where it got nominated on the festival's list of 30 best featured films. Right? So for the given question, so Rahul Bose is the director of the film Purna. Option A. Question number 19. The speed of sound in air at 0 degrees Celsius is. So speed of sound in air at 0 degrees Celsius is 331 meter per second. Right? So which is around 1200 kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. Right? So which is very negligible compared to speed of light. Right? So here speed of sound in air at 0 degrees Celsius is 331 meter per second. So option D is the right answer. Question number 20. Select the option that depicts the correct mirror image of the given word. Right? So the given word is a smile. When a mirror is placed in front of it, right? So you will get the image in such a way that rightmost letter, so which is E, right? It appears as leftmost letter in the image, right? So leftmost letter becomes E here and image of E becomes, so before going to the image, so we'll consider some letters like M, E, S, right? So here M is a symmetrical letter, right? So that means, so if a line passes through the middle region of M, it divides M into two equal parts. Therefore, image of symmetrical letters will be same, right? So its image will be same as the original one, right? Whereas when a line passes through, vertical line passes through E, right? It doesn't divide E into two equal parts. And also through S. So if a vertical line passes through S, an imaginary line passes through S, so it doesn't divide S into two equal parts. So these letters are called non-symmetrical ones, right? Non-symmetrical letters. So their image will be, so the mirror image of E looks like this and mirror image of S will be like this, right? So based on the nature of the letter, whether it is symmetrical or non-symmetrical, so the image will be, so here rightmost letter looks like leftmost letter. So image of E will be like this. And L, so it is a non-symmetrical letter, therefore image of L is, yes, it's mirror image. And next comes I, right? I is a symmetrical letter, right? So when imaginary line passes through I, right? So it goes exactly, right, in the middle of I, it divides I into two equal parts, a symmetrical letter. So its image will be same as the original letter. And M, next comes M. Since M is a symmetrical letter, its image will be exactly same. So S is not a symmetrical letter, so its image will be like this. So look at the options. So option E is correct mirror image of the given word smile, right? Option E is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice such questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 21. Freedom Trail is a 2.5-mile long passage that offers a rich insight into the American Revolution. In which US city you would find this famous and historic trail? So we can find Freedom Trail, so in Boston City, right? So the Freedom Trail starts from Boston Common and ends at the USS Constitution in the Charlestown Navy Yard. So it starts from Boston Common. Boston Common. So America's oldest public park, right? So it's a public park. And it ends at the USS Constitution in the Charlestown Navy Yard. Right, so the Freedom Trail is designed with red bricks and it passes through 16 places which are important to the history of America. So designed with red bricks, right? And it passes through 16 places, right? So passes through 16 places, right? Which are important to the history of America. So for the given question, option D is the right answer. Question 22. In a cricket match, the scores of the players are considered such that coefficient of variation of scores is 16 and mean is 25. Then the variance is, so to find the variance, there is a formula, so which is standard deviation is equal to root of variance, right? Therefore, variance can be calculated, so by the value of standard deviation, right? So here this symbol is a standard deviation, right? So rho is standard deviation. So it's a square gives variance because standard deviation is equal to root of variance. Therefore, variance is square of standard deviation, right? So let us find standard deviation using the given data, right? Coefficient of variation of scores and mean is given, right? So the formula which relates coefficient of variation, standard deviation and mean is, so CV is equal to rho by mu into 100, right? So CV is coefficient of variation, right? So whereas rho is standard deviation, and mu is mean, right? Mean of the given data. Here we need standard deviation value, right? So which is rho is equal to CV into mean divided by 100, right? So coefficient of variation is directly given, which is 16, and mean is given as 25. Am I right? Yes. Mean is 25 divided by 100, right? So 25 into 4 and 4 into 4. Therefore, standard deviation is 4, right? Therefore, variance is equal to square of standard deviation, which is 4 square, which is 16, right? Option B is the right answer. Question number 23. Select the odd figure out of the given series. So the series has 5 figures. So here the first figure has a curved line, right? So you can see easily, right? Curved line. Even the second figure has curved line. So even third and fourth figures have curved line. So except fifth figure, all the figures have curved line, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? 4 figures have curved line. Whereas fifth one doesn't have curved line. Therefore, so fifth one is the odd out of the given series, right? So fifth figure is in option B, hence option B is the right answer. Question 24. Select the option that depicts the following transparent sheet when folded at the dotted line as shown, right? So here is the problem figure. So when this figure is folded, right? So at the dotted line exactly in the middle, right? So the resultant figure will be, so we'll divide the problem figure into two parts. right? When second part is, when it is kept over the first part, right? You will get this type of shape, right? Right? So, and below which the same type of figure you'll get, right? So when it is folded over the other, right? So when the second part is folded over the first part, you will get such type of closed figures, right? Therefore, option D is the right answer, right? So figure D is the right answer. So which is in option A, right? Option A is the right answer. Question 25. Choose the correct picture which follows. So in the given figure, so we'll consider first and second part, which I am showing, right? So here first two parts are mirror images of each other, right? So first figure is, or first part is mirror image of second one, or second part is mirror image of first one, right? Therefore, 1 and 2 are mirror images, right? Mirror images of each other. Therefore, third part, we'll consider the square part as third part. So we have to find the fourth part, right? Therefore, 3 and 4 should be the mirror images of each other, right? Therefore, mirror image of third figure or third part will be, so look at the figures given below, A, B, C, and D. So figure C is mirror image of third part, right? So like this. Right? So in which the first part will be shaded in black, right? And the second part will be in white, right? Am I right? So first part will be red and second part will be white. And third part also will be in white. And fourth part will be in black. Therefore, so figure C is the right answer, which is option A. Question 26. How many triangles are present in the below figure? So here in the below figure, so we'll consider the individual triangles first. So AHB, then so we'll consider HGI, right? HGI and triangle BCJ, and GIE, right? And CJE is a triangle. Then the small triangle IEJ, right? So now we'll consider, so FGE, and CED, right? These two triangles. Next comes the whole triangle AFD, right? So totally individual triangles are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 9 individual triangles, right? So now we'll consider the bigger triangles by adding 2 or more triangles, right? So like AGC, triangle AGC, right? Now HBE, triangle HBE, right? So next comes, so GCE, right? GCE, the whole triangle GCE. Next comes by adding 2 triangles, FEH, whole triangle, right? FEH, right? Then EDB, right? So now we'll consider the triangle ECI, then GEJ, these 2 triangles, right? So now we can take GEH, right? GEH and BCE, right? GEH and BCE, right? So these many triangles can be considered, right? So totally 9, right? So individual 9 triangles and triangles by adding 2 or more triangles, right? So totally it is 9 plus 9, 18 triangles, right, are present in the given figure. Hence option A is the right answer. Question 27. So in the given data, sales of bikes in India as per the color in 2009, right? So different colors of bikes sold, right? And along x-axis, different colors of bikes sold are given. And along y-axis, the percentage of their sales, right? So out of total sales, what percentage of the different colored bikes are sold, right? So they have given along y-axis. Here the question is, so based on the given data, determine the bikes of which colors will make a total sale of 55%. So total sale of 55% means sum of the how many colors of bikes, right? So here we'll consider option A. So brown colored bikes are sold 3%, right? 3% of total sales, plus black, brown, black, blue, and golden. So we just add the percentage of sales, right? Black colored bikes are sold 5%, and blue colored are 12%, and next golden colored bikes are 10%. Totally it becomes so 20 to 30%, right? So option A is not the answer. So consider option B, brown, black, red, and golden. So brown colored 3%, black colored how much? 5%. Red color bikes are 20%, and golden colored bikes are sold 10% of the total sales. So it becomes 38%, which is not the answer. Consider option C, blue, green, gold, black, and red, right? So totally it makes so 12% blue, then green bikes are sold 8% of the total sale, then golden bikes are 10%, black bikes are 5%, and red bikes are 20%. So totally it becomes 55% of the total sales. Therefore, the answer is option C, right? So the 5 color bikes, blue, green, gold, black, and red colored bikes make the total sales of 55%. Option C is the right answer. Question number 28. So here the question is, so the given chart represents the sales of different companies in the year 99 and 1998, right? So if the total sales in 1998 was 7,890, which increased by 16.5% in 1999, then the total sales in the year 1999 is approximately. So in 1999, the total sale was increased by 16.5% of its previous year, right? Its previous year sales was 7,890, right? So in 1998, right? So total sales was so 7,890, right? Therefore, in 1999, the total sales becomes so there is an increase of 16.5% of sales compared to the previous year. That means 7,890 plus 16.5% of 7,890. This gives the answer, right? So which is equal to 7,890 plus 16.5% means 16.5 by 100 into 7,890, right? So here we'll take LCM, which is 100. Minute. So 100 is the LCM. So numerator becomes 7,890 into 100 is 7,89,000 plus 16.5 into 7,890. So 16 point. So you will get 1,30,185. Right? So 185. So sum of these two numbers will be 9,19,185. So by 100, right? 9 lakh, 9 lakh 19,185 by 100. Therefore, we'll have 9,191.85. So the total sales in the year 1999 is 9,01,091.85. Approximately it is 9,191. Not 9 lakh, it is 9,191 is the total sale in the year 1999. Therefore, here the options, option D is the right answer. Question 29. 30 men can do a piece of work in 16 days, working 8 hours a day. How many men are needed to complete another work, which is twice the first one, in 10 days, working 12 hours per day, right? The following are the steps involved in solving the above problem. Arrange them in sequential order. So no need to solve this problem, the given problem, just the steps are given, right? 4 steps are given. We have to arrange the steps in sequential order, right? So in order to solve any problem, first, we need to know what are the data given, right? So number of men, in how many days they are working, and in one day, how many hours they are working, right? So if you consider number of men, in first case, to do W amount of work, right? So let the works in two cases be W1 and W2, and the second work is twice the first one. We know that, right? So, and number of men are given. So M1 and M2 to do the different works, right? And number of days to do the different works with D1 and D2, and number of hours per day, how many hours they are working, be H1 and H2. So you should know the relation between them. For that, first we have to use the formula, right? In order to solve any problem, first using the formula, the steps are using formula, right? So using the formula is in step D, right? So here comes first step, which is D. Am I right? Not D, it is C. Sorry, it is C. Step C is the first step, right? Right? Using the formula, right? In that formula, so what all the data given and what to be calculated, first we need to find, right? So look at the step B. So in which all the data, they have written all the data given, number of men and the amount of work they are going to do, X and 2X, and how many days they are going to work, right? Per day, how many hours they are working. So all the data they have mentioned here, right? Therefore, so substituting the values given are in step B, right? Next, so which is unknown here, what to be calculated, number of men, right? Number of men, right? So how many men are needed to complete another work? Therefore, so what to be calculated is in step A. And finally, number of men required to do another work, M2 is given. So final answer is in step D. Therefore, their sequential order is CBAD. Right? CBAD is the order. Hence, option D is the right answer. Question 30. Shrenik switched on a bulb at 2:39. That means 2 o'clock 39 minutes 40 seconds, right? And switched it off on the same day at 12 o'clock 30 minutes 34 seconds, right? For how long was the bulb in switched on mode, right? So that means from 2:39, right? 40 seconds to, so 12:30, right? 34 seconds, right? So this is 2 means hours, 39 means minutes, and the third part is in terms of seconds, right? So from 2:39 minute, right? So 2:39 to 12:30. So what is the duration we need to find, right? So we'll consider from 2 o'clock 39 minutes 40 seconds to, so before 12, so we'll take, because it is only 30 minutes after 12 o'clock, right? Therefore, so before 12 o'clock, we'll take 11:39 40 minutes, right? So from 2 o'clock 39 minutes 40 seconds to 11 o'clock 39 minutes 40 seconds. So which is equal to how many hours? So 2 o'clock 39, then 3 o'clock 39 minutes, 4 o'clock 39, 5 o'clock 39, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock 39 minutes, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock 39 minutes 40 seconds. So totally it is 9 hours. 9 hours, right? So no need to consider option B and D, right? So the time duration is 9 hours. So so and so minutes and so seconds, right? So now from 11 o'clock 39 minutes 40 seconds to, right? So 12 o'clock 30 minutes 34 seconds, right? So before that, so it is, yeah, directly we can take 39 minutes, 11 o'clock 39 minutes to 12 o'clock 29 minutes we'll take, right? So 12 o'clock 29 minutes 40 seconds, right? So the time duration is, so 39 minutes 40 seconds, right? Then after that 49 minutes 40 seconds, so 10 minutes, right? 59 minutes 40 seconds, 20 minutes, then 12 o'clock 9 minutes 40 seconds, 30 minutes, right? 12 o'clock 19 minutes becomes 40 minutes. 12 o'clock 29 minutes 40 seconds means 50 minutes, right? So 9 hours 50 minutes, right? So when you take option A and C, so we have only in option A 9 hours 50 minutes 54 seconds, right? So whether it is 54 seconds or not, we have to consider, right? So from 12:29 40 seconds to, right, 12:30 34 seconds, right? So from 12:29 40 seconds, right? After that 50 second, right? 60 second, right? 60 second means how much? 12:30. So at this point it is 12:30, right? Next comes 12:30 12:30 10 seconds, then 20 seconds, 30 seconds, then 34 plus 4 seconds, right? So together it is, so 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 plus 4, right? So which is 54 seconds. 54 seconds, right? Therefore, so for how long was the bulb in switched on mode? So bulb was in switched on mode for 9 hours, 50 minutes, 54 seconds, right? So 9 hours, 50 minutes, 54 seconds. Option A is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice such questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 31. Who is the author of Indian English novel Sita, Warrior of Mithila, published in 2017? So here option A, Amish Tripathi. Amish Tripathi is the author of the English novel Sita, right? The Warrior of Mithila, right? So this book is based on the epic Ramayana, right? And the story of Hindu goddess Sita. So it is based on the epic Ramayana. Right? So the Hindu goddess Sita. The author has transformed Indian fiction with a unique combination of mystery, mythology, religious symbolism, and philosophy. So it is the second book of Ramachandra series. So he wrote series of stories based on the epic Ramayana, right? So this book is the second book of the series. Second book of the series, Ramachandra series, right? So option A is the right answer. Question 32. Which of the following is not a characteristic of dicotyledons plants? So here the options are these plants have two cotyledons, which is true, right? So which is true. And these plants have fibrous roots, so which is not a characteristic of dicotyledons plants, right? So option B is the right answer, right? So these plants, they do not have fibrous roots. So the roots develop from radicle, right? So in dicotyledons plants, roots develop from radicals, right? And the seed has two cotyledons or embryonic leaves, right? So their leaves have reticulate venation, right? So when it comes to their leaves have reticulate venation, so which is option C, right? And these plants have a tap root. So these are the characteristics of dicotyledons plants, whereas so these plants, they do not have fibrous roots, right? Their roots develop from radicals. Therefore, option B is not the characteristic of dicotyledons plants. Question 33. Which Indian industrialist was recently elected as the chairman of International Chamber of Commerce? So chairman of ICC, right? Among four options, so Sunil Mittal, option D, right? So he was recently elected as the chairman of the International Chamber of Commerce. So he is the founder and chairman of Bharti Airtel Enterprises. So he is the founder and chairman of Bharti Airtel Enterprises. Bharti Airtel Enterprises, right? He was awarded the Padma Bhushan in 2007. Padma Bhushan in 2007. Right? Whereas the remaining options, Mukesh Ambani, so is the managing director of Reliance Industries Limited. So MD of Reliance Industries Limited. Whereas Lakshmi Mittal, so chairman and CEO of ArcelorMittal, right? CEO of ArcelorMittal. That's Anil Ambani, chairman of Reliance Group. So he's the chairman of Reliance Group. Therefore, for the given question, option D is the right answer. Question 34. What is the color of the granite in the kitchen? Here are the statements. The color of the granite is color of the wall, and the color of the granite is very bright, right? So we have to consider the given questions. So here, so which of the given statements is sufficient to answer the question, right? Here, so statement 1, consider statement 1. So it compares the color of the wall with the color of the granite, right? So color of the granite is color of the wall. It compares color of the wall with the color of the granite, right? Whereas a statement 2, it states the nature of the color of the granite. So it is very bright. So it states nature of color of the granite, right? So none of the provided statements definitely quote the color of the granite, right? So here, so if you consider both the statements, none of the statements, they provide definitely what color is the granite, right? So what is the color of the granite in the kitchen is the question, right? Therefore, so neither one nor two sufficient to answer the given question. Option D is the right answer. Question 35. A rocket is launched to travel vertically upward with a constant velocity 20 meters per second. After traveling for 35 seconds, the rocket develops a snag and its fuel supply is cut off. The rocket then travels with like a free body. The height achieved by it is. So here students, since the rocket is moving in the opposite direction of the gravity, right? So for example, so the rocket is launched like this, right? So with constant velocity of the rocket, let it be initial velocity, it is 20 meter per second, right? After traveling 35 seconds, so the rocket travels for 35 seconds, right? Time is 35 seconds. So it develops a snag. So due to some problem, right? So in that, the fuel supply is cut off, right? So after that, the rocket moves like a free body, means for some more distance, the rocket moves, right? Moves with the same velocity, which is 20 meter per second. After some time, right? So the rocket stops moving. That means its final velocity v becomes 0, right? What is the height achieved by it? So for that, we have to find distance traveled by the rocket after the fuel supply is cut off. Right. Therefore, so we'll consider first distance traveled by it in 35 seconds, let it be S1, and distance traveled by the rocket after 35 seconds is S2. So sum of S1 and S2 gives height achieved by it. Right. So therefore, so we'll consider the given terms. So let U be the initial velocity. Initial velocity of the rocket, and rocket travels for 35 seconds. So time, right? So first it traveled for 35 seconds and it travels a distance of S1, right? So distance traveled by it in 35 seconds, right? So after 35 seconds, here rocket is moving with the same velocity, which is 20 meter per second, right? And after 35 seconds, it travels some more distances, right? So distance traveled by the rocket after 35 seconds, right? Right? So after traveling this distance, so rocket attains final velocity, which is 0, right? V is the final velocity of the rocket, right? So where the rocket stops, which is 0, right? So what is the total distance traveled by the rocket? Total distance is, so sum of first 35 seconds distance and after 35 seconds distance, right? S1 plus S2. So we'll find S1 and S2 separately, right? So to find S1, distance traveled in 35 seconds, so it's very easy. So since the initial velocity is given, time taken by it is given, therefore, so S1, first distance is equal to, S1 is equal to, so speed into time. Since speed is distance by time, so speed or initial velocity, right? So initial velocity into time, right? From the formula, which is S is equal to U into T, right? Initial velocity into time, which is U into T. So U is 20 meter per second, T is 35 seconds. Therefore, so rocket traveled 700 meters of distance in 35 seconds. Now, after 35 seconds, S2, right? So we'll find S2 after 35 seconds. How to find S2? Here we are using the formula, so which relates final velocity, initial velocity, and the distance, right? So when rocket is moving upwards, therefore V square is equal to U square minus 2GS, right? Since the rocket is moving in opposite direction of the gravity, it is minus 2GS, right? So here S2. So what is S2? So rearrange these terms. So you will get 2GS is equal to U square minus V square. Therefore, S is equal to U square minus V square by 2G, right? Therefore, S2 is equal to U square minus V square by 2 times acceleration due to gravity. So initial velocity is given in the question. So which is 20 meter per second with its a square minus final velocity is 0 divided by 2 into what is acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.8 meter per second. Approximate value we will take it as 10, right? Therefore, 20 square is 400 by 2 into 10 is 20. Therefore, it is S2 is 20 meter per meters, right? So distance traveled by the rocket after 35 seconds is 20, right? So in 35 seconds, it is 700 meter. Therefore, what is the total distance traveled by the rocket? So 700 plus 20, which is 720 meters, right? This gives the answer, right? So height achieved by it. So total distance by total distance traveled by the rocket itself is height achieved by it, which is 720 meters, right? Option D is the right answer. Question 36. The given table represents the mark obtained by 4 students W, X, Y, and Z in 4 subjects P, C, B, and M, with the maximum marks in each subject being 100. So the average marks of the 4 students in P and C together, round to 1 decimal is. So P and C together, what is the average marks obtained by 4 students? For that, we have to find total marks obtained, right, in P and C together, right, by each student. So since the formula for average is total marks by number of students, right? So with respect to this question, it is total marks obtained by number of students. Number of students gives the average, right? Therefore, total marks obtained by each student in P and C together, right? That means P plus C will take, right? So student W got 70 plus 90, right? 70 plus 90, which is 160 marks. Whereas student X got 55 plus 80, which is 135 marks. Whereas student Y got 60 plus 20 in P and C together, which is 80 marks. And student Z got 90 plus 80, so which is equal to 170, right? Therefore, total marks obtained by all 4 students, right? So we'll consider total marks obtained by all 4 students. Students in P and C together. It is sum of these numbers, these marks, 160 plus 135 plus 80 plus, 80 plus 170. So together it is 295 plus 80, 375, 475 and 545. 545 is the total marks obtained, right? Therefore, average becomes 545 divided by marks obtained by 4 students, right? So 4 into 1, 4, 1 is the remainder. 4 into 3, 12, 2 is the remainder. So 4 into 6, 24, right? A decimal, then 25. 136.25 is the average marks obtained by 4 students, right? So round to 1 decimal is asked. Therefore, it is 136.2, right? Option B is the right answer. Question 37. What is the name of the Russian chemist who stated that the properties of elements are a periodic function of their atomic masses? So here option A, right? So he was Dmitry Mendeleev, right? So Dmitry Mendeleev. Dmitry Mendeleev. So he was a Russian chemist. So formulated a periodic law. He formulated, this law is called periodic law. Periodic law. So Dmitry Mendeleev's periodic law states that the properties of elements are a periodic function of their atomic masses, right? Mendeleev was the most important contributor to the early development of the periodic table, right? So he categorized 63 elements on the basis of their physical and chemical properties in the increasing order of the atomic masses, right? So in Mendeleev's periodic table, so it contains vertical columns called groups. So in Mendeleev's periodic table, right? So these vertical columns are called groups. right? And horizontal rows are called periods, right? Horizontal rows are called periods. These are periods. Right, so he placed elements having similar properties in the same group, right? For example, so cobalt has atomic mass 58.9, right? So cobalt was placed, so whose atomic mass is 58.9. It was placed before nickel, right? Where nickel's atomic mass is 58.7. So the atomic mass was more, right? Cobalt's atomic mass is more compared to nickel, but it was placed before nickel, right? So according to their properties, right? The similar properties, he has placed these elements, right? So he predicted the existence of certain elements that not had been discovered at that time, right? So named them as Eka carbon, Eka aluminum, Eka silicon, right? So he, by then only he predicted the existence of so non-discovered, undiscovered elements like carbon, aluminum, and silicon, right? He named them as Eka carbon, then Eka aluminum, Eka silicon, Eka silicon, right? So here Mendeleev's periodic table was based on mass number. So this relation is known as periodic law, right? So it was based on mass number. Therefore, so for the given question, option A is the right answer. Question 38. Which among the following compounds has a double bond, right? So here option D, ethylene, right? Ethylene comes under the group of alkene groups, right? So where it means two carbon atoms, right? So two carbon atoms are bonded with, that means double bonds, right? So the remaining valencies, remaining free spaces are occupied by hydrogen atoms. Therefore, the name ethylene, right? Therefore, so C2H4. C2H4 is the chemical formula. So here, which has a double bond, right? So here, whereas ethane has single bond, methane also, acetylene also has single bond. Therefore, so option D is the right answer. Question 39. Which of the following scientists had done some calculations for the fifth state of matter? Options are C.V. Raman, Satyendranath Bose, Vikram Sarabhai, and Homi Bhabha. Option B is the right answer. Satyendranath Bose is associated with research related to the fifth state of matter, right? So along with Albert Einstein, Satyendranath Bose did calculations for the fifth state of matter, right? So named it as the Bose-Einstein condensate. So the Bose-Einstein condensate. So in association with, so Albert Einstein, Satyendranath Bose did calculations for the fifth state of matter, right? So in fifth state of matter, so when you take any matter, so atoms of plasma, so plasma is fourth state of matter, we all know that, right? So the atoms of plasma are extremely hot with extremely excited particles, right? So if you consider state of plasma in which, so atoms are extremely hot. So for example, so in a star, right, consider an atom, right? So protons and neutrons. So in the nucleus, and electrons will be revolving around the nucleus, right? These are the electrons. So the temperature in star is very high. Temperature, so inside the nucleus, or it may be you consider the case of sun, right? So the high temperature, right? So these electrons will get excited and they hit the other electrons from the other atom, right? So due to extremely high temperature, right? So these atoms get excited, right? So these electrons become excited particles, right? So electrons become excited particles. Right? So, if atoms of plasma are extremely hot with extremely excited particles, atoms in a Bose-Einstein condensate are totally opposite. Right? According to their condensate, right? Bose-Einstein condensate, the atoms are totally opposite. Right? They are very cold and unexcited atoms. So, plasma particles are, right? So, they are very cold and unexcited. Unexcited, right? So they occur at very low temperature. Occur at very low temperature. Right? Therefore, such states are called fifth state of matter. Right? Very cold and unexcited particles are called fifth state of matter. They named it as fifth state of matter. Right? Therefore, so Satyendranath Bose had done some calculations for the fifth state of matter. Option B is the right answer. Question number 40. What is the name of the reddish brown gas evolved when lead nitrate is heated strongly? So we'll consider lead nitrate, right? So the chemical formula for lead nitrate is, so PbNO3 twice. This is lead nitrate, right? So when lead nitrate is heated strongly, right? So we'll get lead monoxide. So PbO, lead monoxide. So along with nitrogen dioxide. So NO2, nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen, O2, right? So if you balance the equation, so 2 PbNO3 twice, right? So when heated, you get 2 PbO plus 4 NO2, right? And oxygen gas. So this is lead nitrate. So lead monoxide is PbO and nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen gas, oxygen, right? Therefore, so the question is, the name of the reddish brown gas evolved when lead nitrate is heated strongly. So which is reddish brown gas here? So nitrogen dioxide is released when along with the oxygen. So these nitrogen dioxide and oxygen, when they are released, so it occurs as a reddish brown gas, right? Therefore, so nitrogen dioxide, when they are released along with oxygen, we will get reddish brown gas. Reddish brown gas. Therefore, for the given question, so what is the name of the reddish brown gas? So which is nitrogen dioxide. Option A is the right answer, right? Question 41. The LCM of the given three numbers 16, 28 and 42 is. So LCM means the lowest common multiplier, right? Lowest common multiplier. So to find that, let us consider the factors of given three numbers. Very easy, right? So 16, the factors are 2 into 8, 2 into 4, 2 into 2 and 2 into 1, right? Therefore, 16 can be written as product of 2, 2, 2 and 2, right? So consider 28. So its factors are 2 into 14, then 2 into 7 and 7 into 1. Since 7 is a prime number, so directly go for the same number, right? Therefore, 28 can be written as 2 into 2 into 7. Right? These are the factors of 28. So next number is 42, right? So 42 is an even number, directly start with the 2, right? So 2 into 21, then 21 is not divisible by 2, so we'll go for 3. So 3 into 7 and 7 into 1. Therefore, The factors of 42 are 2, 3 and 7 and their product gives 42. Right? So now consider the lowest common multiplier. So we'll consider the common multipliers first, right? So for that, the lowest common multiplier, right? For that, we'll consider the common factors first, right? So in all the three numbers, we have 2 as common factors, right? So LCM is the product of the common factors, right? For all the given three numbers, 2, right? So take it as only once, right? 2 should be taken only once. Now, the second number, 2, right? So the 2 is occurred twice here, right? So in the number 16 and 28, right? So take it only once because it is common, right? No need to consider twice, right? And the remaining two numbers, 2 and 2, which I am showing now, there is no repetition of these two numbers in any of the other factors, right? So in the second factor, that is factors of 28, we have 7 and 3 and 7 in the last factors, right? So 2 is not repeated here. Therefore, consider 2 and 2 separately, right? 2 and 2 separately. Next, the remaining factors are 7 and 3 and 7, right? From 28 and 42. So here 7 is common in two numbers, right? So take it only once. And the remaining number is 3. Remaining factor is 3. So write as it is. Therefore, so LCM of the given three numbers is product of all these factors. Right? So here repeated numbers are written only once. Right? Non-repeated numbers are written or non-repeated factors are written as it is. Right? So repeated factors should be written only once. So here, so write down 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 2, 16, 16 into 3, 48 into 7, you'll get 336. Right? So this is the lowest common multiplier of given three numbers, right? That means 42 into some number. So which is 42 into 8, right? So 42 into 8 gives you 36. Then 28 into some number and 16 into some number. So 16 into 21, I think. Yes, 21 gives you 336 and 28 into 12. 12. Right? Yes, 28 into 12 gives you 336. This is the lowest number, right? So, or lowest multiplier of the given three numbers, right? So, therefore, look at the options. Option D is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice such questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 42. A person bought an item for 1,500 rupees and sold it at a profit of 12%. What was the selling price of the item? Very simple question. So here he bought an item for 1,500 rupees. That means cost price of the item is given, right? So 1,500 rupees. And the profit percentage on that item is given, so which is 12%. Profit percentage is 12%. We need to find selling price, right? Selling price is how much? So it is very easy. The relation or the formula which relates profit percentage, selling price and the cost price is, so profit percentage is equal to profit by cost price into 100. Since profit is not given, so profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price, right? So selling price minus cost price over the cost price into 100 gives profit percentage. Here we need to find selling price, let it be X, right? So profit percentage is given, which is 12, is equal to X minus cost price is 1,500 divided by 1,500 into 100, right? So two zeros will get cancelled. So 12 into 15 is equal to X minus 1,500. Right? Therefore, value of X is equal to, so 12 into 15 plus 1,500, right? So 15 Is it 12 into 15? Yes, 12 into 15. So 12, 50, 150, 180, right? 180 plus 1500. Therefore, value of X is 1680 rupees, right? Is the selling price of the item. Selling price of the item, right? Here the person bought an item for 1500 and he sold it for 1680 rupees, so that he got a profit of how much? 180 rupees profit, right? 1500 and he sold it for 1680 rupees. So profit was 180 rupees. 180 rupees profit. That is 12% profit. 12% on the cost price, right? Therefore, so option B is the right answer, right? 1680 rupees. Question 43. Complete the series given in the problem figure with an appropriate option from the answer figures. So here in the problem figure, we have three figures, right? So in which first and second figures are related, right? So here, first figure, when it is mirrored and when it is upside down, this mirrored image is upside down, you will get the second figure. Or when first figure is rotated through 180 degree in clockwise direction, you will get second figure, right? So we'll consider the first figure like this. This is first figure. So arrow is upwards. Here is a triangular portion, right? So when it is mirrored, so when a mirror is placed in front of which, right? So you will get such figures, right? Triangular portion. Arrow looks like this, right? This is mirror image, right? When this mirror image is upside down, so you will get like this, right? So this is upside down. Upside down, when the mirror image is placed upside down, you will get the second figure, right? So, or other logic is when the given problem figure is rotated through 180 degree, right? So we just rotate this problem figure through 180 degree in clockwise direction, right? So you will get this, right? Very simple logic, right? Therefore, to find the fourth figure, right? So the third figure should be rotated through 180 degree in clockwise direction. Or first you have to write the mirror image of the third figure, right? So we'll consider the third figure like this, right? Like this. So its mirror image will be, so arrow mark will be towards left, right? And the remaining things will be, yes, right. So now this arrow mark will be, yes, towards right, right? Therefore mirror image, sorry, yes, this is mirror image. This mirror image should be placed upside down. Upside down when it is placed, so this arrow mark will be to the bottom, right? Downwards. Then draw like this, right? So inside arrow mark will be upwards, right? This will be upside down, right? So mirror image, when it is kept upside down, you will get such figure, right? Or the simplest logic is rotate the given problem figure through 180 degree in clockwise direction, right? So clockwise direction, you will get the answer figure, right? So option 3 is the right answer. Not 3, third figure is the answer. So which is in option B, right? Option B is the right answer. Question number 44. Consider the given statements as true and then decide which of the given conclusions can definitely be drawn from the given statements. So here is the statement. All studious students pass in exams. All studious students sleep well. Let us represent this statement in the form of Venn diagram, right? So then we can easily draw the conclusion. So all studious students pass in exams. So if you consider set of studious students, right? So set of students as yes, we'll consider this as set S, right? They pass in exams. That means we'll consider set of exams now, right? This is set of exams. All studious students, they pass in exams, right? And the second statement is all studious students sleep well. So there is no connection between exams and sleep well here, right? So we'll consider set of studious students, all studious students, they sleep well. That means they sleep well. That means there is some portion or there are many portions in set of sleep well, right? So in which non-studious students also they belong, right? So the remaining portions are non-studious, right? Therefore, here also in first case, so all studious students pass in exams, right? That means non-studious students also they pass in exams, right? So some non-studious students also they pass in exams, right? This portion, in this portion. Now come to the conclusions. All who sleep well are studious students. So consider the second case, all sleep well. So this portion I am showing now, right? Are all sleep well are studious students, which is wrong, which is wrong. Only some sleep well are studious students. Some are studious students and some are non-studious students, right? So only some sleep well. Some sleep well are studious, not all, not all, right? So consider the second conclusion. All who pass in exams sleep well. All who pass in exams sleep well. So which is also wrong because only few pass in exams, right? So here it is given that all studious students pass in exams. So only this portion are studious students which I am showing, right? And they sleep well. Whereas non-studious students, it is not directly given that non-students, studious students, they sleep well, right? So there is no connection between exams and sleep well, right? Therefore, it is wrong. So the reason is, I'll write the reason here. So no connection given between exams and sleep well. Exams and sleep well students. Therefore, second conclusion is also wrong. Therefore, neither one nor two follows. Option A is the right answer. Question 45. The angle of elevation of the top of a hill at the foot of the tower is 60 degree and the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of the hill is 30 degree. If the tower is 50-meter high, what is the height of the hill? So here to solve this, we'll consider a tower and a hill, right? So we'll consider a tower like this. This is tower. Let it be AB. AB be the tower and its height is 50 meter, right? 50-meter height. So we'll consider a hill. So this you will consider it as hill. Let it be CD be the hill, right? So it is given that angle of elevation of top of a hill at the foot of the tower. At the foot of the tower means B. This is foot of the tower, right? And D is foot of the hill, right? Angle of elevation of top of the hill at the foot of the tower. So at the foot of the tower, at point B is the angle. Therefore, this angle of elevation at the foot of the tower is 60 degree is at B, right? And angle of elevation of top of the tower. Top of the tower is A, top of the tower, and top of the hill is C, right? So angle of elevation of top of the tower from the foot of the hill. Foot of the hill is D, right? So this angle of elevation is 30 degree. 30 degree. What is height of the hill? We need to find a DC here, right? To find that, we'll consider triangles ABD and BDC, CBD. These two triangles, because these two are right angle triangles, right? The whole angle D and whole angle B are right angles, right? Because angle made at the foot of the B, whole angle is B, because the tower and hill. So from the vertical, that means perpendicularly we are considering the angles. Therefore, the whole angle becomes 90 degree, right? So here, therefore, so in triangle ABD and triangle BCD, right? Angle ABD is equal to angle BDC. These two are right angles, right? Therefore, we can apply trigonometric functions here, right? So you can apply accordingly, which we need to find accordingly, you have to apply the function, right? So whether it is sine function, cosine function, tan, cot, cosecant or secant, that you have to decide. Since we are going to find CD, right? Height of the hill. So this we need to find, right? So which is opposite to the hypotenuse, right? Therefore, we should not consider the functions which include hypotenuse. No need to consider like sine and cosine functions, right? Because they include hypotenuse, right? So except hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is here BC and AD are hypotenuse, right? Therefore, no need to consider those functions except hypotenuse. The functions which relate opposite and adjacent sides, which are like tan and cot, right? So those functions to be used here. So here it is better to use tan function, right? So in triangle ABD, right? This triangle. So we'll consider tan 30, right? So here in triangle ABD, so we are considering this angle which I am showing, tan 30. So tan function is opposite by adjacent side, right? Therefore, opposite side to it is AB, its adjacent side is BD. Right? Therefore, tan 30, what's the value of tan 30, which is 1 by root 3 is equal to, so what is AB? So height of the tower, which is 50 by BD. Right? So now we'll consider another triangle, which is BCD. Right? In triangle BCD. So we have 60 degree angle. So we'll consider tan 60 is again opposite by adjacent side. Opposite side is CD. Adjacent side is BD. Tan 60 is root 3 CD, which we need to find by BD, right, as it is, right? So in these two angles, we have a common side, which is BD. So we'll consider BD is equal to 50 by root 3. And in triangle BCD, we have BD is equal to CD by root 3. Right? Therefore, we can equate right-hand sides here. BD is equal to 50 by root 3, BD is equal to CD by root 3. Therefore, 50 by root 3 can be equated to CD by root 3. Here we need the value of CD, which is equal to, am I right here? Root 3. Somewhere I made a mistake here. So tan 30 is 1 by root 3, tan 60. Yes. So here BD is CD by root 3. Yes, BD is 50 into root 3. It is not 50 by root 3. It is 50 into root 3 in triangle ABD. Right? So 50 into root 3. It is not 50 by into root 3. Therefore, CD becomes 50 into root 3 into root 3, which is 50 into 3. which is 150 meters, right? So what is CD? Height of the hill, which is 150 meters, right? Option D is the right answer. Question 46. Which one of the following female athletes is not a squash player? Options are Koneru Hampi, Jyotsna Chinnappa, Deepika Pallikal, and Anaka Alankamuni, right? So here Koneru Hampi is not a squash player, right? So Koneru Hampi is an Indian chess grandmaster. So Indian chess grandmaster. And she hails from Gudivada, Andhra Pradesh, right? From Gudivada, Andhra Pradesh. Right? So Koneru Hampi won 3 gold medals, right? She won 3 gold medals at the World Youth Chess Championship in 1997. So in 1997, at the World Youth Chess Championship, at the World Youth Chess Championship, right? In 1997, even in 1998, and in 2000. Right, under 10, 12, and 14-year girls divisions respectively, right? She became the second female player after Judy Polgar, right? So here for the given question, so option A is the right answer. Question 47. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of a special tissue called dash. So with the help of a special tissue called placenta, right? With the help of this, embryo gets nutrition, right? Through placenta, right? So the placenta provides oxygen and nutrients to the baby and removes carbon dioxide and other waste products. So it removes carbon dioxide and other waste from baby's body, right? Baby's body, right? It provides oxygen and nutrients. It provides oxygen and nutrients to the baby, right? To the baby. So the placenta connects the growing baby's umbilical cord to the mother by attaching itself to the inner wall of the womb, right? It connects the growing baby's umbilical cord to the mother, right? So through this umbilical cord, the exchange of nutrients and oxygen and the removal of carbon dioxide and other waste products, it takes place, right? Therefore, for the given question, option A is the right answer. Question 48. What is the full form of GST? So GST full form is Goods and Services Tax. So this was introduced by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley in 2017 on 1st July, right? So introduced by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley on 1st July 2017 under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government. So it is the destination-based tax. So destination-based tax. So paid by the customers of goods and services and collected and forwarded to the government by the business entities. So therefore, GST full form is Goods and Services Tax. Option D. Question 49. If the kinetic energy of a body becomes 256 times its initial value, then the new linear momentum will be. So the formula which relates a linear momentum and kinetic energy is and mass of the body, right? So P is equal to square root of 2me, right? Where P is the linear momentum of a body, right? Linear momentum. And E is kinetic energy of the body, right? So kinetic energy of the body. And obviously the momentum, it is proportional to mass of the body. Therefore, m is mass of the body, right? So here, if the kinetic energy of a body becomes 250 times its initial value, right? So we'll consider P1 as initial momentum and E1 as kinetic energy, initial kinetic energy, right? So E1 as initial kinetic energy and E2 as final kinetic energy, right? And new linear momentum is asked. Therefore, we'll consider initial momentum, and P2 be new momentum of the body, right? So the relation is here E1 becomes, so how to rearrange these terms here? So here it is better to take the linear momentum directly. P1 is equal to square root of 2me1, right? And P2, the new linear momentum is square root of 2me2. Right? So it is given that kinetic energy of the body becomes 256 times its initial value. That means E2 is 256 times E1. It is given already, right? Therefore, P2 becomes a root of 2m. E2 is 256 into E1. Right? So root of 256 is 16 root 2me1. Right? P2 value is 16 into square root of 2me1. So we'll consider their ratio. P1 is to P2 becomes, P1 is root of 2me1 divided by P2 is 16 into root of 2me1. Therefore, new linear momentum is asked, right? Here root 2me1 and root 2me1 will get cancelled. So P1 by P2 becomes 1 by 16. So which means P2 is 16 times P1, right? That means P2 is new linear momentum, right? New linear momentum is 16 times its initial value, right? Option C. Question number 50. What is the time taken by a 180-meter long train running at 54 km per hour to cross a man standing on a platform? So we'll consider a man standing on a platform like this. So train has to cross this man. This is train of length 180 meter. Train is moving with a speed of 54 km per hour. While crossing this man, right, length of the man is negligible. Length is negligible here. Compared to length of the train, length of the man is negligible. So distance covered by the train is considered as its own length, right? So here distance covered by the train is nothing but length of the train. Length of the train. If the question is asked to find the length of the platform, right? So if the train has to cover the whole platform, so we cannot neglect the length of the platform, right? So we have to add length of the platform plus length of the train as distance covered by the train, right? Here length of the man is very, very, very negligible compared to length of the train. So distance covered by the train is considered as length of the train itself. And here length of the train is given as 180 meter and its speed is given, right, as 54 km per hour. So 54 kilometer per hour. So it is better to express in terms of meter per second, because in the options we have the time in terms of second, right? So 54. So 1 kilometer is 1000 meter, and 1 divided by 1 hour is 3600 seconds. So 2 zeros will get cancelled. So 18 into 2, 18 into 3 is 54, and 2 into 5. Therefore, so 3 into 5 gives 15 meter per second is speed of the train. Right? So speed is nothing but distance by time. Distance by time, the formula, right? So here we need to find time taken by the train to cover how much distance? 180 meter distance, right? Therefore, time is equal to, so distance by speed. Distance by speed of the train. So distance covered by the train is its own length, which is 180 meter, and its speed is how much? 15 meter per second, right? Therefore, 15 into 1, 15 into 2. So 12 seconds is the time taken by the train to cross a man standing on a platform, right? So option A is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice such questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 51. Aditya got 78% marks in the examination. If he secured 663 marks, find the maximum marks. Very simple question. So he got 78% marks in the examination. So that means 78% of total marks is 663, right? So let us assume maximum marks as X. Maximum marks be X. Right? So that means 78% of maximum marks is how much? So the marks he secured. So which is 663. Right? So marks he secured is 663, right? Which is 70% of total marks. Right? So which is equal to 78 by 100 into X is equal to 663. Simplified. 78x is 66300, but right? Therefore, value of x is 66,300 by 78. Right? Simplify it. So I think both the numbers are divisible by 4. So directly you can go for division. 66,300 divided by 78 gives you 850. Right? Therefore, the maximum marks is 850. Option D is the right answer. Question 52. In a bag, the ratio of red balls to green balls is 4:9. If 6 more green balls were added to the bag, the ratio of red balls to green balls would become 1:3. How many red balls are there in the bag? So we'll consider a bag. So red balls to green ball, right? The ratio is 4:9. So we'll consider 4x as number of red balls, 9x as number of green balls. If 6 more green balls were added to the bag, so instead of 9x, if number of green balls becomes 9x plus 6, and number of red balls will be 4x as it is, right? So the ratio of red balls to green balls become 1:3. So in the new number, so ratio of number of red balls is to green balls, 9x plus 6, right? It becomes 1:3. So how many red balls are there in the bag? So we need to find 4x. For that we need value of x, right? So let the number of red balls be 4x, number of green balls be 9x, right? So when 6 green balls are added, right? 6 green balls are added, the ratio becomes 1:3, right? So that means 4x by number of green balls become 9x plus 6, right? Is equal to 1/3. Simplify it. So 3 into 4x is equal to 9x plus 6. into 1 is 9x plus 6. So 12x minus 9x is equal to 6. So which is 3x is 6. Value of x is 2. Value of x is 2. So the question is to find number of red balls in the bag. Alright. Therefore, red balls are 4x. Right. So x is 2 here. 4 into 2 which is 8. Right. 4 into 2. So value of x is 2. Therefore, number of red balls in the bag would be 8. Option A is the right answer. Question 53. Car is related to garage in the same way hen is related to. So students, so garage is a place where cars are kept safely, right? So it's a place where cars are kept safely. Similarly, coop is a place where hens can live securely, right? So hens can live securely. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question 54. Some books are arranged one above the other. If a book is at 18th position from the top and 5th position from the bottom, then the total number of books is very simple. So the book's position is 18th from the top, right? So from the top, so book's position is, so this is the book which is 18th from the top. 18th from the top and 5th position from the bottom, right? So from the bottom, right? 5th positions means, so this is the first book, second book, third book, fourth book, and 5th will be the given book, right? From the bottom, right? So total number of books is, from the top, there are 18 books. The given book is 18th book plus 4 more books, right? Below the given book, there are 4 more books, right? Plus 4, there are totally 22 books, right? So total number of books is 22. Option C is the right answer. Question 55. Select the related word from the given alternatives. Transport is related to goods. That means transport deals with the exchange of goods, right? So transport deals with the exchange of goods. Exchange of goods, right? So while banks, they deal with exchange of money. Option B, right? So exchange of money. Banks deal with the exchange of money, whereas the remaining options are pounds, rupees, and dollars are different currencies, right? Currencies, right? So here money is the right answer. Banks deal with, so it may be exchange of pounds, rupees, dollar, any currency it is. It is exchange of money. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question 56. Select the option that will fit in the blank space in the given figure series. So the series has 4 figures. We need to find the 5th one, right? So here in the first figure, the line along with the dots. So here are 2 dots on either side of the line, right? This line is rotating in clockwise along the sides of the square, right? So along the sides of the square, it is rotating clockwise, right? So when it comes to second figure, the line is on the top, right? On either side of the line, there are diamond shaped dots, right? Therefore, so first it was circular shaped dot, and next it becomes diamond shaped dot. In the third figure, line has changed its position, right, in clockwise direction, and on either side of it, so there are circular dots again, right? Therefore, in the fourth figure, again line change its position, right, to the bottom, and on either side of it, there are diamond shaped dots, right? Therefore, in the fifth figure, position of the line should be to the left, right? On either side of it, there should be circular dots, right? So, circular dots on either side of the line. Therefore, look at the options. Option A is the fifth figure, right? Option A. Question 57. The given symbol stands for an dash in an electric circuit. So in an electric circuit, the given symbol represents an electric bulb. Electric bulb, right? So option B is the right answer. Whereas the remaining options, plug key. So the plug key is represented with this symbol, right? Whereas tapping key, so there is one more key which is tapping key is represented with this symbol, right? This is tapping key. Whereas plug key is represented with this symbol, right? Whereas resistor is represented with this symbol, and battery is nothing but a set of cells, right? So each cell has positive and negative side, that is positive, negative end, positive, negative end, like this, right? So battery is denoted with this symbol, right? So for the given question, option B is the right answer. Question 58. Select the odd character out of the following series. So out of the following series, so here are 5 letters O, U, E, T, I and O, U, E, T and I, right? So which is the odd character here? T is the odd character, right? Which is a consonant, and the remaining letters are vowels, right? O, U, E and I are vowels, whereas T is a consonant. T is a consonant. Therefore, so fourth letter is odd one here. So which is option A. Question 59. Which of the following is an unsaturated hydrocarbon? Unsaturated hydrocarbon. So in which, so there will be double or triple bonds between the carbon atoms, right? So in case of unsaturated hydrocarbons, so they have double or triple bonds. Triple bonds between the two carbon atoms. Between the two carbon atoms. Right. So here among 4 options, ethine. So in ethine, so the chemical formula is C2H2. Right. So in ethine, so 2 carbon atoms are bonded with 3 bonds. That means, right, there are 3 bonds between 2 carbon atoms, triple bond, and on either side of it, so here on one side of carbon atom, there is 1 hydrogen and 1 more hydrogen atom to the other carbon atom. Hence the formula is C2H2. Right? Here ethine belongs to the group alkyne. Right? It belongs to the group alkyne. Right? So it has 2 carbon atoms and 2 hydrogen atoms. Right? Therefore, so for the given question, option A is the right answer. Right? So in case of unsaturated hydrocarbons, so there will be free valence electrons, right? Whereas in saturated hydrocarbons, so there will not be any free electrons, valence electrons. Whereas propane, butane and pentane they are saturated hydrocarbons. So propane chemical formula is 3C3H8. Because of the word prop means 3, hence carbon atoms are 3, right? So butane but means 4, right? So number of carbon atoms are 4, C4H10. Pentane, penta means 5, hence C5H12. Right? So these alkane, these propane, butane, pentane they belong to alkane series, hence they are saturated, right? Whereas ethine belongs to alkyne series, alkyne group. Therefore, so it is unsaturated. So in ethine group or alkyne group of hydrocarbons, so there will be triple bonds between 2 carbon atoms, right? In alkene also, in alkene group, there will be double bonds between 2 carbon atoms, right? So these are alkyne and alkene are unsaturated hydrocarbons, whereas alkane are saturated, right? For the given question, option A is the right answer. Question 60, 30% of a number is 33. What is the number? So let the number be x, right? Let the number be x. So 30% of that number, 30% of x is equal to 33. What is the number? We need to find the value of x, right? So 30% means 30 by 100 of x is into x is 33, right? Hence 30x is 33 into 100, which is 3300. So value of x is 3300 by 30, right? So here it is 110, right? That the number is 110. You can verify it, right? 30% of means 30 by 100 of 110. So which is 10 into 3 is 30. So 11 into 3 is 33. So 30% of 110 is 33. Hence answer is verified. Therefore, so the number is 110, option C. Question 61. In a certain code, Misli is written as ZIMYLZ and puzzle is written as ZUPELZ. So what will be buzzword written in that language, right? So in the same code. So for that, we'll consider the given word Misli, MIZZLY, right? So its code is ZIMYLZ, right? ZIM. So these three letters are the first three letters only, right? So therefore the order should be, right? Just reverse the order of first three letters, right? So reverse the order of first three letters. So MIZ should be written as ZIM, right? Just reverse the order and consider the last three letters. So ZLY should be written as YLZ, hence the code, right? Similarly, puzzle, right? Puzzle is PUZZLE. So consider first three letters PUZ. So you have to write it as ZUP, reverse the order, right? And last three letters ZLE should be written as ELZ, right? So similarly, the last word buzzword, right? BUZZWORD. That means in first two letters, the whole word is divided into two parts. First three letters and last three letters, right? Whereas the last word buzzword is an 8-lettered word, right? Therefore, divide the given word into two equal parts, right? Then reverse the order of first four letters, right? Z, Z, U, B, right? So in the code, Z, Z, U, B comes first and the last letters are W, O, R, D. So on reversing their order, they become D, R, O, W, right? Therefore, the code for buzzword is Z, Z, U, B, D, R, O, W. Therefore, option A is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice such questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 62. Which of the following numbers is not composite numbers? So not composite numbers means prime numbers, right? So here students, composite numbers are non-prime numbers, right? So composite numbers means they are non-prime numbers, right? So they have factors other than number and 1, right? So for example, 2. So 2 is a prime number, of course. So you can consider 4, 6, then 8, 9, 10. These are non-prime numbers, right? So which are called composite numbers, right? So which of the following is not composite? Not composite means prime numbers, right? So not composite numbers means prime numbers. The numbers which are divisible by 1 and the number itself are called prime numbers, right? So prime numbers are divisible by 1 and the number itself. Number itself. For example, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, right? So these are the numbers which are divisible by 1 and the number itself, right? So in such a way, so among 4 options, so 203, 109, 209 and 161. So which number is not composite? Which number is a prime number? Right? So here the first number is 203. So if you consider the factors of 203, factors of 203, so 203 is divisible by 7, right? So other than 1 and 203, it is divisible by 7. So 7 into 2, 14, 7 into 9. So 7 into 29, right? So other than 1 and 203, it has the factors, so 7 and 29. Right? So 7 into 29 is 203. So it is not a prime number. It is not a prime number. So 109. So we'll consider 109. So the number 109 is divisible by 1 and 109, right? Therefore, it's a prime number. So it's a prime number, right? So which is not a composite one. Which is not a composite number. Whereas the remaining numbers 209 and 161. So 209 has the factors 11 and 19, right? So 11 into 19 is 209, whereas 7 into 23 is 161. So they have factors other than number 1 and the number itself. Therefore, these numbers are not prime numbers. So only 109 is a prime number, which is not composite. Option B is the right answer. Question 63. Read the given question and decide which of the following argument is or are strong, right? Here the question is, are stock markets sources of wealth creation? So arguments are, money multiplies in stock markets. Yes, money multiplies in stock markets. So because a handsome amount of money can be earned through the stock market, right? By multiplying our investments depending on various other factors. So we can multiply our investments, right? So money multiplies in stock markets. It's a strong argument, right? So therefore, so first one follows. First one follows. So when it comes to second argument, so no, so stock markets sources of wealth creation. So no, they are not sources of wealth creation, right? Because investments in stock markets are subjected to market risk. So when it comes to second argument, so these market risks are associated with equity investment, changes in interest rate, foreign exchange fluctuations, etc. So investments in stock markets are subjected to market risk. So second argument also follows, strongly follows, right? So therefore here the reason is, so these market risks are associated with equity investment, changes in interest rate, etc., and foreign exchange fluctuations, etc. So there is a risk. Therefore, so second argument is also, it's a strong argument, right? Therefore, both argument 1 and 2 are strong. Option D is the right answer. Question 64. The square root of 5776 is. So there are two methods to find square root of a given number. One is by considering its factors, right? So first we need to find the factors of 5776. Then you can easily find the square root. Another is by division method, right? So compared to finding factors, division method is very easy. Right, since the given number is a perfect square number, so 5776. So by division method, so here first take first two numbers, so which is 57. So the nearest square number to 57 is 49, right? So then square number which is less than 57, right? So 49, right, which is less than 57, which is square of 7. So 7 into 7 is 49. We have to write like this. Then the remainder is 8. Right? So take the remaining two numbers, 7 and 6. So it becomes 876. So to this number 7, right? So you have to add 7. Right? So the divisor 7, add 7 to the same number to the divisor, you will get 14. Right? So now, you have to find a number, right? So like 142. If you are adding 2 here, or if you are writing 2 here, you have to multiply with the same number to get 876. So 142 into 2 becomes 284, which is not 876, right? So find that number. So here we can go for 6. 146 into 6. Right? 146 into 6 gives you 876. Right? Therefore, the remainder will be 0. Right? So you have to continue this process until you get the remainder as 0. Right? Here already we have got remainder as 0. Therefore, so the square root of the given number is 76. Right? So this quotient gives the square root. Therefore, 76, option C is the right answer. Right? So if you go for taking the factors of 5776, so we'll go for another method. So considering its factors, 5776, right? Since the number is an even number, directly start with the 2. So 2 into 2 is 4, 1 is remainder, 2 into 8, again 8, again 8, right? Again, the number is an even number, start with 2. 2 into 1, 2 into 4, 4, 4. Then 2 into 7 is 14, 2 into 2, 2. Again, 2 into 3, 6, 1 is remainder, then 2 into 6 is 12, 2 into 1, right? Now we have 361. Now go for some other numbers, right? So we cannot go for 3 here, since 3 plus 6 plus 1. In 361, 3 plus 6 plus 1 is equal to 10, which is not divisible by 3. So don't go for 3. So can go for not 5, not even 7, then 9. 9 into 361 by 9. 9 into 3, 27. Then 9 to 4, 36, right? 36. 1 is, which is not divisible by even 9. So cannot go for 11 also. 11 into 3, 33. No, we cannot go for 11. So can go for 13. 13. 361 by 13. 26. No. Then 17. 70. No, it is not divisible by even 17. So students, so 2 into 2, 4 into 2, 8 into 2, 16. No, so you cannot go to the method of taking factors to find the square root of the given number. So only method is division method. So with this, we can easily find the square root. Option C is the right answer. Question 65. A fraction when taken away from 1 by 3 gives 1 by 12. The fraction is. So let the fraction be x, right? When it is taken away means when it is subtracted. When it is subtracted from 1 by 3, it gives 1 by 12 as the answer, right? So let the fraction be x. So let the fraction be x, right? So it is taken away from 1 by 3 means 1 by 3 minus the given fraction, right? 1 by 3 minus x gives you 1 by 12. So we need to find the value of x, right? Therefore, x is equal to 1 by 3 minus 1 by 12. Right? Since 12 is the LCM, numerator becomes, so 3 into 4 is 12. So the numerator becomes 4 into 1, which is 4, minus 1, which is 3 by 12. Right? Value of x is 3 by 12, which is 3 into 4 is 12. So it is 1 by 4. Right? So the fraction is 1 by 4. Option B is the right answer. Question 66. If 3/4 of the weight of a brick is 7 by 8 kg, then 5/7 of the weight of the brick will be. So let us assume weight of the brick as x kg, right? So let weight of the brick be x kg, right? So if 3/4 of the weight of the brick, so that means 3 by 4 into x, right? 3 by 4 of x is 7 by 8 kg, right? 3 by 4 of x means 3 by 4 into x is equal to 7 by 8, right? So what is 5/7 of the weight of the brick? So for that we need weight of the brick. First we'll find value of x, right? So value of x becomes 7 by 8 into 4 by 3. When 3 by 4 goes to the other side, it becomes 4 by 3, right? So 4 into 2 is 8. So value of x becomes 7 by 6 is value of x. Therefore, so weight of the brick. So x is weight of the brick. Therefore, 5 by 7 of weight of the brick. Therefore, 5 by 7 of x becomes 5 by 7 into x is 7 by 6. 7 will get cancelled. It becomes 5 by 6 kg. Right? 5 by 7 of weight of the brick is 5 by 6 kg. So option C is the right answer. Question 67. An odometer is an instrument used to measure dash in automobiles. So odometer is an instrument. It's a device used to measure distance traveled by the vehicle, right? Option D is the right answer, right? So it is used to measure distance traveled by the vehicle, right? Option D is the right answer. Whereas the remaining options are speed, order, and direction. So to measure speed, we use a speedometer or speed meter, right? So to measure speed, we use a speedometer or speed meter. So to measure speed of the vehicle. So like that to measure direction, right? So direction on the earth. So we use compass, right? So it's a magnetic device used to find direction on the earth. So we measure with compass. Therefore, for the given question, option D is the right answer. Question 68. Select the odd one out from the given series. So here A is tortoise, B is crab, C is frog, and D is fish. So here students, so tortoise, crab, and frog. These three are amphibians, right? So tortoise, crab, and frog, right? So these three are amphibians. Amphibians are nothing but they live both on earth and water, right? Amphibians, so they live on earth and water, right? On both earth and water. Whereas, so fishes can live only in water, right? So they're not amphibians, not amphibians, right? Therefore, so D is odd one here. So fishes are odd one from the given series. So D is in option A, right? So option A is the answer. Question 69. If the letters in the word universal are arranged in the alphabetical order and each letter in the order is assigned a numerical value of 1, 2, 3, so on, according to their position from the left, then the sum of the numerical values of the position of the consonants will be. So we'll consider the given word universal, right? So universal. So let us arrange the letters in alphabetical order, right? So when arranged in alphabetical order. So it becomes, so the first letter will be A, right? Next comes E, right? Next comes I, right? So next comes JKL, right? So next comes N. So R will be the next letter. Next comes S, U and V, right? U and V, right? So then each letter in the order is assigned a numerical value 1, 2, 3, so on. So A is numbered as 1, E as 2, I as 3, L as 4, right? And so on. So N as 5, R as 6, S as 7, U as 8, and V as 9, right? So then the sum of the numerical values of the position of the consonants. So positions of the consonants are, so E, and I are not consonants. So L is a consonant whose position is fourth position. N is a consonant. R is a consonant. Then S is a consonant. And V is a consonant. U is not a consonant, right? So therefore, consonants are L, N, R, S, and V, right? So sum of the numerical values, right? Sum of the numerical values, numerical values. So L is numbered as 4, N as 5, R as 6, S as 7, V as 9. So we'll consider their sum. So which is equal to, so 5 plus 4, 9 plus 6, 15 plus 7, 22 plus 9 is 31. So 31 is the sum. Option A is the right answer. Question number 70. Which is the first metallic element in the modern periodic table? So to find first metallic element, we have to write their atomic numbers first, right? So here the first option is helium, right? So helium's atomic number. So we'll write their atomic numbers. So helium has atomic number 2, right? So it is not a metal, non-metal. So hydrogen. So second element is hydrogen, whose atomic number is 1. So which is not a metal, non-metal. Whereas sodium. Sodium has atomic number 11, right? So whereas sodium is a metal. And lithium. Lithium has atomic number 3, which is also a metal. So which one comes first, sodium or lithium? So in the modern periodic table, since it has atomic number 3, which comes first, right? So the first metallic element in the table is lithium. Option D is the right answer. Question 71. Where was the 2017 World Rapid Fire Chess Championship played, in which Vishwanathan Anand regained his title? So the 2017 World Rapid Fire Chess Champion played in Riyadh, right? Option D is the right answer, right? So in Saudi Arabia, right? So this chess championship, it was held, right? So therefore, option D is the right answer. So where Vishwanathan Anand regained his title, right? So there Vishwanathan Anand defeated Russia's Vladimir Fedosiev. So he defeated Russia's Vladimir Fedosiev by 2-0 score. 2-0 score. Right? To reclaim the title, he had won in 2003 in the final tiebreaker mini match. To regain that title, he defeated Russia's Vladimir Fedosiev by 2-0 score. Right? He was awarded Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award in 91 and Padma Vibhushan Award in 2007. Right? So awarded Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. Khel Ratna Award in 1991 and Padma Vibhushan in 2007. Padma Vibhushan Award in 2007. Therefore, for the given question, the option D is the right answer. Question 72. Consider the given statements to be true and decide which of the conclusions logically follows from the statements. So here is the statement. There is an increase in the price of essential commodities due to a strike by the transporters. So conclusions are, the government should buy their own vehicles to transport essential goods to prevent the strike by the transporters. So the conclusion one says government should buy their own vehicles, right? So which is not possible, because if the government buys vehicles and starts the transport, price of the commodities will come to normal state, right? So we agree that, but the strike of the transporters will not going to stop, right? So the strike will not stop. Strike will not stop. So which is not good also. Therefore, so conclusion one does not follow, right? So not follows. Whereas second conclusion, right? So the government should negotiate with the transporters to withdraw the strike. So this can be possible, right? So in conclusion two, we have the government is negotiating with the transporters and trying to stop the strike, because of which the price of commodities will come to normal and the effect of continuation of the strike will not be there, right? Therefore, so conclusion two follows. Conclusion two follows. Therefore, so only conclusion two follows. Option D is the right answer. Question 73. When was India's capital shifted from Calcutta to Delhi? So India's capital shifted from Calcutta to Delhi in the year 1911. Right? Option D is the right answer. So Calcutta had become the center of the nationalist movements since the 19th century, led to the partition of Bengal by then Viceroy of British India, Lord Curzon. Right? So the Calcutta had become the center of the nationalists. So Calcutta, the reasons are, so Calcutta had become center for nationalist movement. Nationalist movements, right? So and the important reason is, so here the place became the center for nationalist movements since the 19th century, right? So led to the partition of Bengal. So this nationalist movements, they generated political and religious extent, including political eliminations of British officials in Calcutta. Calcutta was situated in the eastern coastal part of India, right? So it was situated in the eastern coastal part of India, whereas Delhi was located in the northern part. So in the northern part means somewhere here, right? Northern part. The British government of India thought that Delhi was easier and more convenient to rule, right? So Delhi was easier and more convenient to rule. Therefore, the capital of India shifted from Calcutta to Delhi. So option D is the right answer. Question 74. Who is the Chief Minister of Kerala as of February 2018? So as of February 2018, so Pinarayi Vijayan is the Chief Minister of Kerala. So option A is the right answer. Since 26 May 2016, right? So Pinarayi Vijayan, so working as Chief Minister of Kerala, whereas the remaining options are Omen Chandy. So he was the former Chief Minister Kerala from 2004 to 2006. So CM of Kerala from 2004 to 6. And A.K. Antony, he served as Defense Minister of India, right? So former Defense Minister of India. Defense Minister of India, and also has been 3 times as Chief Minister of State of Kerala, right? A.K. Antony. So 3 times CM of Kerala. Whereas V.S. Achyutanandan, so he was the former Chief Minister of Kerala from 2006 to 11. So CM of Kerala from 2006 to 2011, right? Therefore, for the given question, option A is the right answer. Question 75. According to the given Venn diagram, the total number of students who play cricket as well as football and also all the 3 games is. So those who play cricket as well as football. So is the common region between football and cricket. So which is V, right? So number of students who play cricket as well as football are V number of students. And also all the 3 games, who play all the 3 games are S number of students. Here the region S, it includes all the 3 categories, kabaddi, football and cricket, right? So therefore, so this S region, so S number of students, they play all the 3 games, and V number of students, they play cricket as well as football. Therefore, totally it is V plus S, right? Look at the options. So S plus V, option C is the right answer. So number of students who play cricket as well as football and all the 3 games is equal to S plus V. Right? Option C. With this, I am completing this paper, students. If you want to practice all the questions from this paper, and also if you want to practice many more entrance exam question papers, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. I wish you all the very best for your future exams.